Hi, Stephen.
I'm trying to sign on to Zoom and it's asking for a password.
Oh, I didn't think it would ask for a password. Um, Hold on, let me just look. I don't know what the password is. So when you're signing on, are you going through zoom.wealthyanswers.com?
Yeah, let me try this again because I clicked on that link, but maybe it didn't grab the whole thing or something. Let me try
Well, just put the whole thing like zoom.wealthy. I think it's that zoom.wealthyanswers. Don't mind me. I'm in another world today. I apologize. Yeah.
I have some kind of exciting news.
Oh, good. I like exciting.
Yeah, I'm still thinking through.
Okay, well, hey, let me just see while you're doing what you're doing. I don't know if I can sign into Zoom. Let's see. .us. Because I've never had anybody ask that before. But hey,
Let me try.
my account. Okay, so if you need a passcode, that's meeting ID. We know that. What's the passcode? I guess the passcode would be my what do you call it? My phone number. So if you get asked that question again, let's try the phone number. I don't think I said it. 754-777-0122. I think. Hey, I'm inside. Let me just send you an invitation. I'm in here. I should be able. Okay, so let me do that. Hey, I'm new at all of this stuff. So
You don't need both. I mean, you're light years ahead when it comes to like actually, doing like registration and stuff like that. Because I mean, I still have to figure out how to do that. So.
well, I'm learning too. Now it says it says to let me close. Oh, it's opening. Duh. I have it so that you can see the whole page, but I didn't know how it works. So here, oops, don't do that to me. Okay. There he is. And then just send. Okay, so you should get it in a minute. It's going to your discounts email, your Gmail. And I'm going here to see what it looks like. Oh, I know my passcode now. I should change that. Yeah, I should change that. Nah, that's a totally different link. Yeah, if you want the passcode, it's success 111. Yeah, the S is a capital. Oh, I hear you. Okay, so there he is, admit. Okay, you're coming. Okay, I'll hang up on you here because then we're going to echo. Bye. Hi, Stephen.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing okay. I'll just see my ugly mug this morning or this afternoon, wherever we're at now.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. Mine is mainly because I'm just having such hard time with real estate agents and I'm just so frustrated.
Oh
But
boy.
other, yeah. I mean, it seems that nobody works in Florida.
What is that? Seriously.
Don't know. I don't get it. When I used to be a real estate agent, you gave me a lead. I was on that lead, but I got paid for that. So I don't know. Anyway, forget that because I go with God. So I have to always, sometimes you got to remember your faith. It's almost like, what's my name?
Yeah.
So I had to
Hey, Karen,
remember.
are you able to record this and then share it later on?
Okay. I think it records naturally. Hold on. Okay, hold on. How do I tell if I'm recording? Mute. Um, It says pause recording, stop recording. So that would tell me it's recording.
Okay. So you're recording? All right, it's great.
But usually you remind me when we hang, or because when the rendering starts, I usually click out of it because I don't. So just remind me if you can. If not, I'll try to remind myself. Okay, so how can I help you today? What is the thing you want help with the most?
Well, I mean, you were saying that there are ideas, or you basically have things to float you during the down
Oh yeah,
economy, you might
definitely.
say. So I want to know what you have up your sleeve and what things I can do to, basically take care of our family.
This is one of them. I don't know if you've ever been there. And now they're bugging me because I've not done any. Have you ever heard of Upworks before?
I've heard of Upworks, yes.
Have you ever tried them?
No, I haven't.
Well, I'm going to show you. I've made a couple of $1,000s here working with them because I didn't want to work for anyone else. How can I show you my settings maybe? I don't know. But I've done very well with them. And you pick what industry you want to work with. Okay, your first pet. Oh, okay. Lord have mercy, God. Everything is so secure nowadays, it's getting on my nerves.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's good reason for it.
I know, don't get me wrong, I know. Get paid, what can you do? But anyway, here, they protect you. That's number one. The person that you are working for has to verify the way they're going to pay you and have their payment source attached. And when you're looking for a job with someone, you can determine on whether you want to work with somebody that has a good work history or not. You can even filter them out. So this is I've worked for them several times. I've made, as I said, I don't know how I can show you because I do have a profile. Oh, view profile, that would be good. That tells an employer how much I've made so far. So look at my earnings so far. Okay. And I've done 14 jobs with them. And I have to say, they are awesome. You set what you will accept to get paid. You work with who you want to. I've opened myself to global. I am a person that believes in global. I would love to stay in the US, but we've outpriced ourselves, unfortunately. That's just my opinion, not political. As a new business owner, I can't afford to pay an American. I would love to, but I can't.
Well, I mean, India and Philippines is where it's at.
Yeah. These are the different jobs that I've had. They do rate you. As you can see, I did some marketing for 600. I did customer assistance, the telemarketing. I made over $2,300. How come I can't pull this down? There's one I made a lot of money on. Which one was that? It's not even showing here. Let's go to the next page.
So based on what you know of me, is there anything that you would recommend?
Yeah, setting up. You're in a great position right now. People are trying to do what you and I know best, which is online. And I see you out there. You've become the person I see on my LinkedIn. You've taught people how to engage, which is one of the biggest things there are. They say every time you go to a guru or somebody who's trying to get me to take their classes, they say engagement, even the big ones, that are going to charge me a few $1,000s to get coached. Engagement. You already have that. You have the things. You're yourself and you're comfortable being yourself. You're well-spoken. You engage people. You have content. And then
So basically, this is where I'm trying to narrow down. So like on Upworks, like the niches that I could advertise that I would do would be like online marketing, I guess you would say.
I would say marketing, social networking, depending on what end it is. I mean, I'm sure you could help somebody set up their LinkedIn account properly and get paid for that. because people need to have a LinkedIn account. Recruiter, I think just knowing you and your energy, you would be a great recruiter. And they're looking. In fact, they're trying to get me. I have 2 invitations right here. Excuse me. I have 2 invitations right here now with Bill. I tried working a second job. It didn't go over well, but that's because I've been with him long enough that now things are starting to move, even though sometimes I would. But see, I'm receiving recruiting jobs. That's easy. Basically, you're advertising for people that are looking for work. Hey, I think that's a huge market. You're qualifying them. And then once you qualify them, and people are paying big money for recruiters, like $25 to $50 per recruit, per person that you put.
That I vet. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
And you can set up milestones. So let's say you've worked for a week. You can say halfway through the week, if I've proved that I'm doing my work, you have to pay me half of what you say you're going to pay me. You can determine to feel comfortable how you want to work it. You don't have to wait until the work is done to get paid. In fact,
So I mean, what would you recommend in regards to pricing, to be competitive?
I would say if you're going to do recruiting, I would say anywhere from 25 to 50, depending on what kind of industry it is. If it's a harder industry, I did one for science. People who looked at the bio whatever of chicken feed. It was 150 per person because that's a harder niche. So if you find a job and you want to ask me or anyone what they would, person who knows a little more about business is Bill. He's always talking about how much you should get paid. So, and by the way, quick, and I'll stop. He did get an affiliate link, so we should have that set up soon. Okay, so let's go back to the other niches in here. Okay, good. So let's go.
Networking, recruiting.
Yeah, let me go back. Find work. Come on. Okay, good. So let's see if I can pull this down. This little thing is getting on my nerves. So here are my categories. You can add more if you like, but I got human resources, management consulting, personal virtual assistant. So if somebody's new at starting a business and they just need somebody to virtually help them with things, that's something. Lead generation. Well, you and I are having a hard enough time. We don't have to do that for somebody else. Web research, marketing, strategic, telemarketing. But there are others. You get to pick.
Okay.
So I just think you're really good at the virtual stuff, helping people get to a better level than where they're at right now.
Okay.
I
Fiverr is
wouldn't
another one that.
say that again.
Fiverr is another one I should look into.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a lot of time, and Fiverr will lowball you. That's just me. I did try Fiverr. I would stick with something like this, and there are others like this, where you are being put out there for really higher quality work. Fiverr is a good place to go if you need something done. I don't know if it's a good place to go if you want. This can be a consistent job. There are jobs here I've worked months. So you can find something consistent here. Basis Fiverr, which is a one hit, and then you don't know when you're going to get your next one.
Gotcha.
Did you ever get a chance to look at the link I gave you about the tutoring?
I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay, no. And that might be a good one when I listen. Okay, it came to me through a friend, and I used to do tutoring. Basically, it's going to be you answering questions. And if they like your questions, they'll feed you more. People that I know are making around $1,500 to $2,000 on average, but then they pay up to $7,000 a month, depending on how much you do. Some people have quit their jobs and just answer questions when they want to. So with the world trying to get educated without going the very expensive route, it's a great option. And I think you have a lot of, knowledge to share.
Okay. I'll definitely
Okay.
look into it. I'll look into it.
Okay. But my suggestion is put your resume, because this is like just building a resume. And then at night, if you have, whenever you have downtime, when you're just sitting, if you have that, I forget what it's like to have little ones, because mine are 40 something.
Yeah, downtime is it's usually late evening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mine, I got into that habit. Mine is usually after 11 or before 8 when it's quiet. And what you can do is you just go through the jobs that are available, and they give you, I didn't pay for mine because there is a paid version of this. I've always used the free version. So just know that you can pay to have an account. I would work it free first to see if it's even bringing you good stuff. If it
Okay.
is, but that's just my thought. Okay, so try this, fill it out, set it up, and it's something that you can have. As you can see, I still have it. I just don't use it right now.
Nice.
Okay, so how is your site that you were working on going? Where you were going?
Well, yeah. So I mean, with the website that's done, I just basically, well, which one? The most recent one with like selling websites. I just need to post that onto Craigslist. So I don't know what the market is like around here, but I'll just throw it up. We'll see what happens. With the recipes for Spanish people, I'm still working on that. I have a lovely grandma that I used to work with that's going to be recording her voice for me. So, oh, you guys want some wonderful recipes, that heartfelt type thing. And then the one that was the master class of SAS, I'm already starting up on interviews. So I was just working on like putting together an event for LinkedIn. Next Tuesday at 9 p.m. I will be interviewing a gentleman that basically started up his own business, very good with sales, and took himself out of the business. So I'll just be asking him questions about that. And I figured out how to do Zoom and making it live on YouTube. And I'm working on getting myself into LinkedIn. So little by little, I mean, it's all coming together. The exciting news, before I forget, was I received I don't know. With this one, I'm like, I you're talking about how me and Bill always put ourselves down or whatever, but I mean, in this situation is like I'm not quite there yet, but it's good to know that there are options out there. And I received a message from Brains Magazine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that they have a pretty good following. They're reaching out, basically just saying, hey, we're looking for a few inspiring entrepreneurs, leaders, or founders. Basically, they're looking for creative ideas and interviews and things of that nature. So I'm going to respond to them, and I'll just let them know, hey, I'm all for it. Still in the beginning process or whatever, but advertisement is advertisement, so.
Yeah, well, then if that's the case, there's another one that I do. Being a non-writer, I was shocked that I got this position, but I don't follow through on it because it's not my forte. I am not a writer. I'm the total opposite. Most people don't know that as a young person, I struggled with learning disabilities, but I was lucky to have parents that didn't believe that they were disabilities. They just meant they were differences. And because of that, I've succeeded greatly, but I'm not a writer because I see things differently. But the Penny Hoarder, which is a magazine.
I love that website.
Well, they have a writing section that they love because one day something came out and I was in this thing with Bill learning about this, and I debated how we're all taught wrong, and I wrote it down and I had Bill check it and I submitted it and it went really well. So my suggestion is, if you're looking for that type of advertising and you are good at that, that's the Penny Hoarder. So definitely go in. You get to pick your category of what you're going to write on. And people, if your information is good, people come to you. Become the expert, they say. Okay. I would love to do that, but it's like, I don't know.
I mean, copywriting for me, I don't have those skills, but I mean, I do enjoy writing from time to time, but it was more like poems and stuff like that, for the lovely misses, so I mean, I'm out of touch with that. But
Yeah.
who knows? I mean, basically, when it comes to just sharing knowledge and educating, I mean, just putting that on paper, I don't think that would be a problem. So I'll definitely look into that one.
Yeah. And then the other thing is you just talked about something, you just went over what you're doing. If you step back from that conversation you had with me a moment ago, where you just said, you're working on this, you're getting somebody to record it, you just set up this, those steps are valuable to sell to somebody else, because you're basically setting yourself up to do streaming, to do podcasts, to do videos. That's a skill. That's what everybody's wanting to do. That's of a certain age group. Now, if you're a teenager right now, that's your life.
Yeah.
You woke up with the phone in your hand and you know how all that works. But the average person right now trying to reinvent themselves is between the age of 40 and 60.
You know what? Thank you. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Let me
so
close the window.
if
We got some noise going on in the background here.
I don't hear it.
No, it's like we have like neighbors across the street that are having a baby.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I mean, she's pregnant, and right now it looks like the husband or whoever he is like fixing up the room. So there's like a lot of sawing and probably painting and all that kind of stuff going on in the background there.
yeah. Well, I don't hear it here, so that's good. And we have somebody across, I don't know why. They're, sawing and all of the different tools are going off, but in a neighborhood, there's always somebody doing something.
Yep.
Yeah. So I really think you're selling yourself short, and I understand why. I do it to myself. I think we all do. But as a person who only knows you virtually, and I guess you and I've met each other maybe 6 months ago or less. I don't remember exactly when we said hi. I can go on my LinkedIn and find the day, but I think that you have a lot to offer. And I think right now, so many people are looking for it. The other thing that you have is you're genuine. You're a good-hearted person. So not only do you have the skill, you're the kind of person that people want to work with, because you don't look like the person that's, that
Kind of
feeling you
sleazy.
get. You're not, you're not a person that looks like or feels like energy-wise that you're going to harm me, that you only want to do good. So I would take those qualities that you were given at birth and stop and walk with them, because I really think in a week or two or less, depending on what you decide to do, you can be up and running. Because I'm working with, what's her name? Bianca. Bianca is my new coach. Okay. I'm gonna, like, the first couple of classes are free, but eventually I'll be paying her decent money, because I know that I'm stuck. I have a ceiling and it's time for me to grow. And I'm sort of confused about how to make that happen.
Right.
But I know I want to, and I know I need to. So if I'm willing to pay somebody to help me do better, there are thousands of people that will want you, because they're nowhere near where you and I are at in terms. I think for you too, this was our toy. We've been online. You've been online for quite a while, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our benefit, because now it's life for everyone. So we can answer so many questions. How to even go live on LinkedIn. I've never gone live on LinkedIn. Don't know if I will. Maybe.
You got to go through the process though. They got to approve you.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, I haven't been approved with that yet.
Oh, well, then what are those that you're doing on LinkedIn? It feels like it's live. Those are videos you're doing?
Yeah, that's just regular videos.
You
So,
make them seem live. Like when I sign in, it's almost like you did it. You know how you see a live that's happened already, but because you talk to the people like you're talking to them right then and there, not like you're recording, you know what I mean? So it's done well.
okay, cool. So basically, maybe that's something we can kind of combine efforts on. I mean, okay, here's a question for you. So with GoDaddy, you're making money on the side doing that. I mean, is it like $500 for the website, somebody gets it, and then you get like a little chunk of change off of that?
No, I can only, and this is between me and you. I have not shared this with anybody. I've been with GoDaddy since I don't even know when, probably 1990 something. But anyway, they have this marketing site that I love, because I used to do WordPress and I don't have time to do WordPress. That's hard. It's doable, but who's got time? The one I use is marketing. It's easy to set up. For the year, it's 100 and change. What I do is I get a client, let's say you need a website. I pay for your first year, which means I pay up with your money for that.
Right.
And the remainder of that money I use for my amount. So I've doubled what it cost you to, get a site, and I keep it. Now, they have offered a pro site, which allows me to get discounts. So when I set up your site, I get it a little cheaper than you would if you signed on.
Right.
And then I get little perks in there that I can, like, you get a free domain or whatever. And then I set your site up and I offer you, I forget, it is a month of free tweaks. But that's it. I keep things simple. So if you see something, and I used to do that, that's another thing. I used to sell things that I looked and found on Amazon, or the other way around on eBay, or things I found on Target on sale on eBay, or things that I found on Walmart, bicycles, all kinds of things on eBay. Because,
Arbitrage.
yeah, people don't shop anymore. They find a good price and they buy it. I was making thousands of dollars a week just by shopping and posting it on my website. So I'd find some great things that were priced that I could up the price and not look ridiculous. And I was doing really well. What stopped me was when, what's the name of the Chinese website for wholesaling?
Alibaba.
Yep, Alibaba IPO'd. I went from thousands of dollars to struggling. Now, you can still do that now that things have settled out, but you have to really decide what items, because people still do it.
Yep.
It just takes more time and energy, but that's another way I've made money on my own. Yeah.
You're giving me all kinds of good stuff here. Thank you, Karen.
Oh, no problem. What I'd like to do one day, I'm a collector of domains, like, I don't know, Monopoly. I love my domains, but I have one called Heart to Hub. And through this journey of online exploring, I've learned a lot. And I'd love to be able to set that site up to showcase people like you, people I know I can trust. Because I have this thing, if I'm going to recommend you, I got to know that the person that comes to you is safe.
Yeah.
But I want to highlight small businesses. I want to offer classes that somebody else might teach. I want a site that people can come to with their heart. What is your dream? What do you need? And have a whole lot of entrepreneurs hooked on that site to be able to.
So that's the same thing I'm working on then. I mean,
yeah, I just haven't. No, I haven't put it through. I started it, and then I didn't realize this job that I love right now is my time. So I really don't have time. I still have the domain. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll hire somebody to run it, because you can do that too. But I think that there's a market for that, because the world's changing. You and I are at the precipice of how things are going to be.
Yeah.
The majority of people are not going to be going back to work. They're going to be working from home. And the majority of people are going to be working for themselves. So if we can be in there helping them and creating ourselves, our branding ourselves as somebody to go to for money, information, so that you can stay solvent, keep cash flow, and all of the other things it takes. So I'm a connector. I like connecting people with what they need to move forward.
Okay.
So that's basically it.
Awesome.
Now, one day we have to set up some time. I do have some questions for you so that you can decide which one. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to send you some Google Docs of questions, probably 12 of them, that you can look through and see if any of them spark an interest. If not, come up with your own. And then once you're ready to do your one question pods, I'll call them pods, okay, then Bill's ready to go. He's just someone who's all over the place a lot of times. But if I don't have him on a leash, I'm a person that has learned how to control OCDs and HDH, whatever you call that, because I don't take the drug, so I don't know the acronyms.
Uh-huh.
I've learned that I have to keep myself scheduled in order to be productive, or else I'm all over the place. So that allows me to help somebody else do the same.
Organizational skills. That is very good.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, no, that's awesome. You know, I mean, basically, you know, with this conversation that we've had today, I mean, it's encouraging. That's the word I'm looking for. You know, it's nice to see. So like earlier last week, or no, actually it was like a few days ago, you know, I had gone through like another training for, you know, another business I'm working with, and it just got me fired up. I mean, basically, you know, the emotions or the energy that you display to others is contagious. And this woman, I mean, she was on fire, you know. So I mean, it got me out of that little slump that I was in last week. It was like, I can take on the world, you know. And so you know, I want to be able to share that with others as well. And you know, the conversation that we're having right now, I mean, it's wonderful because it just helps bring the pieces together, you know.
Well, one thing, if you're putting together a platform to help people with whatever they need, if you ever have a hack that you need virtually, a tool, whether it be on your phone or on your laptop, ask, because I'm an explorer. If most times I've tried it, and I'll tell you whether this opportunity or this tool is worthwhile, or you know, that I can do for you.
So what hack would you have when it comes to organizing LinkedIn contacts? Contacts, like people. So basically with like I guess you would call it like a CRM.
Oh, okay. Well, mine might not be for everyone else. I used to do a few MLMs, and with that, you definitely need to drip and advertise. I learned about something called Prosperity Central. Now, two things. Prosperity Central is an affiliate, which I don't do. I should, you know, give you my link, and if you decide to become a member, I get paid. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Prosperity Central because when I got this insurance job, I kept looking for a CRM and a email marketing campaign. So I tried MailChimp and all of the names. I won't go to you. And then I tried, you know, all of like Hotspot and all of them. I was really disappointed in what I was getting. It was a lot of work, a lot of glitches, a lot of just time that wasted. So I went back to this thing called Prosperity Central. I'll send you a link. You can look at it. You can even try it for free for a month to see if you like it. The reason I like it is this: no glitches, easy to work, and I can do everything from it. It's a CRM. It's an email marketing campaign. I can send text messages. I can broadcast. I can even put voicemail messages in your phone, and you don't have to get a phone call. You just see a message arrive. It does so many things and allows me to see every time you open my email, every time you watch my video, every time you do anything, I get to see what my contacts are doing. So that's my hack, because with all the work we do, I want to know if it's paying off. I want to know who's paying attention. And I want to be able to hit every medium, whether it be an email or a social media page or a text message, without having to have other apps to do that. It's one app, it's simple, and I love it. Even though it claims to be an MLM, it works fine because you get my emails, I'm sure. You get my little, yeah, that's. What do you think of them, by the way? Honest.
Honestly, I mean, I haven't really looked at it because I didn't subscribe to it. So when I first got it, I was like, oh, whatever. You know, I didn't. I mean, I didn't. It just went to the trash because I didn't know what it was. You know, and then like you know when it kept coming, I was like, oh snap! You know, I've been throwing away the wrong stuff. You know, so I need to basically look at that stuff as well. But I mean, for me personally, when I came in, I was just like, whatever. But I know that in regards of the consistency, in regards of it keeping popping up, that in of itself is advertising, that's marketing, that's one of the touches, when it comes to interacting, with people,
Yeah.
so it's effective for sure.
Well, you didn't know to open it up because you didn't go through it the same way most. See, usually if you were a client, when I sent my welcome letter, you were waiting for it because I promised you a download, and I promised you a lot of stuff. So then you opened it. Now, once you opened it, then you knew who it was. You, because you were my colleague, I just put you on there to see what I was
Right.
doing. And yeah.
So-
The other thing I found from real estate is life happens. You might be putting it in the trash for 6 months. And then one day your boss fires you, or your wife spends too much money, or your kids got to graduate, and money becomes real. And the one thing that you remember is you kept getting this thing that you were putting in the trash that kept mentioning financial stuff. And
Yeah.
then the next time it comes, you open it. I got so
Exactly.
many house sales that way back in the day. So I've
No,
tried
and it
all of
works
the,
for sure. I mean, as a Jehovah's Witness, there it goes. As a Jehovah's Witness, I mean, that's kind of like one of the thought mentalities, you might say, too, because life, it happens, so I mean, basically, that's when a person would be more open to talking about religion or whatever, the same kind of mentality. So I mean, basically, as time goes along, the more consistent you are, the more drips, the more that touches, and hey, hi, how you doing, and like you just said, oh my gosh, I've been trashing all this stuff, now I got to take a look at it. There you are,
yeah.
So yeah, most definitely. I mean, what I was thinking about doing when it came to that is an open source program called Modic.
I've
It's
never
probably
heard it.
not as it's not as easy as what you're talking about, but basically that allows you to set up a campaign in such a way, and a funnel and a landing page, where a person will go onto the landing page, they'll read the stuff, if they want to join onto the mailing newsletter or whatever, beautiful. So it takes their information, drops something in there, and it will automatically set it up to send out to them as you want it. So okay, once they have accepted it, okay, 2 days later, I want them to know these other type of things as well. And then every month I'll go ahead and have them do this. It'll show, if they've clicked on it, you could have A/B testing type stuff. I mean, when it comes to marketing, you can send out not only the emails, but also text messages and things like that. So I mean, it's a very powerful.
Yeah, everything that you just said, that's what this does. The only thing is I don't have to set it up. I just have to put the name in the first time, click some boxes. Do I want it to go to this campaign, whatever? And they have landing pages that I can either create myself, or they already have automated ones. And one day we
Yeah.
can go through it. You can look
Send me
and
the
see.
link. Send
Yeah,
me the
and
link.
see. And then also, if you want to go through your back office or learn how to do an illustration, when you're ready for that, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay, so I really look to see whatever you create, because I know it's going to be good. The only thing is I still see it there. I see this hesitation that you're not ready yet. It's an energy, and
And
I
you know
read
what?
energy.
And it's there. What it is basically that transferring from being an employee to being self-employed.
I
And
know.
and that's the energy I need to to remove, you might say.
Well,
But I mean, at the same token, I have other influences that have that want me to stay over on the employee side. You know what I'm saying?
but that
Yeah.
will change once you start making the money
Once I
from
start,
you, because
exactly.
not everyone can be self-employed. I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, energy wise, you're going to be fine. You just have to believe in you. Nobody's going to change, but once you do it, you got so much to offer the world. And you're really not offering the world working for somebody else's dream. You're putting off what you've been put here for. Think about that.
Uh-huh.
On that note, I'm going to say I really love working with you. I'm always available for you. Let me know when and what you want to talk about next, and I'm going to send out those questions right now as we say
Yeah,
goodbye.
let's work on those questions, and we'll go from there for sure. Because I mean, next week I want to be able to start, doing the videos that I've been doing, hey, you guys, looking to go ahead and possibly refinance your house. I mean, is that really such a good idea? Well, let's take a look at this question today. But
And that would be perfect. So when you get the questions, if you have a day you want to do the recording, you know where to reach me. Just let me know and I'll secure that time for you. Okay.
awesome.
Okay. So have a really blessed day. It's always good talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Karen.
I appreciate you too. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.